you don't actually have to even move the needle, but you do. That is the point of the commercial. That's why we're hiring you.
Towards tolerance?
We need people to stop calling things gay.
Okay,
Please.
they have to stop calling things gay. So the scene opens on a mentally retarded man.
I like where this is going.
And he's calling a bunch of stuff gay, right? And while he's doing that, this gay guy walks up. He's like, "You can't call everything gay. That's retarded." And he's like, "I don't like that." And he's like, "You see?"
You see.
And then they both look into the camera, and they go, "Don't call things gay or retarded anymore. Just say they're really Puerto Rican."
Wow.
That's how you pivot. Sorry, I'm still on the Bob Knight episode.
That's absolutely. I offered you Hillary Duff. Where was she in the commercial?
She was the Puerto Rican.
She was the
She's in brown face.
Yeah,
it's not good.
was. She was doing a real I am Sam. That's pretty good. I was gonna have Hillary Duff open up in blackface,
but her character's name is Hillary Duh, because
no, but she's in blackface.
the retardation.
No, It's my commercial now.
She's black and
We're offering Jimmy 2 options.
Is she both in this one?
You had one pitch. I'm giving the next pitch.
Okay.
Hillary Duff in blackface.
But is she in blackface because she's
no
not so hot?
She is full. They're not connected.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
She goes, "How offensive is this? Better not say gay anymore, or it gets worse."
I got one.
Okay, what's yours?
So there's 2 dudes. One of them is wearing a fedora. And the other dude goes, "Yo, that fedora is gay." And then Hillary Duff walks in and she goes, "I don't like the use of that word." And then she fucks the dude in the fedora. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna change the writing on mine. She opens up in blackface still, except she says, "You better not say gay, or I'll say the," and then, well, she doesn't say the, because that'd be the N word. she says, "Or I'll say," and it goes beep.
Wow.
It gets real.
Wow.
And it's like realwordshurt.com.
realwordshurt.com.
Yeah.
/ don't say the N word.
Yeah, or gay.
Or gay.
And then it's
/
and then the
or
website that we're building now just has a bunch of words that you should say, all with different handles.
Love it.
I got one more. It's Kramer, right? And it shows his clip, but with the bleeps in it. And then it cuts to him and he goes, "I used to like my career. This could be you in a couple of years if you keep using the word gay."
Keep using the word gay.
Well, you're gay. No. And he still has a
He's
career.
gay! He's gay! He's gay! Look, he's gay!
Yeah.
Look at the gay guy!
If I had only said gay, I still would have had a
I'd
career.
only said gay. That would be a great 2023 where it's Michael Richards. He's like, "If I only said," and then it's like, "Gay, we're bringing it back." I feel like gay is making a comeback as like, "Oh, that's gay."
Well, no. What happened was Joe Rogan moved to town.
Ah, okay. It's just making a comeback in a very small circle.
Yeah. I had somebody ask me you don't get offended. I go, "No, I don't get offended. I just think I think less of you." And he goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, I think you're dumb." And it hurt his feelings. I was like, now I really think you're dumb.
Yeah.
I liked it a couple of weeks ago. Colton goes, "Are we allowed to say retard again? Or do I just hang out at the creek?" Because I can't tell.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Tricky. It's a tricky
It's not-
line.
It's
Tricky
probably
line
not
to toe.
Joe's fault. It's probably where we are.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix. Well, today, speaking of fun little things, today we're talking about college pranks. A couple different pranks revolving around college sports, getting us in the mood. A lot of the good pranks are from like back in the day because they're like serious theft and vandalism and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of pranks these days aren't that good. A couple of the ones, like there was some in the 80s where Caltech was able to hack the scoreboard at the Rose Bowl, and they put like Caltech 38, MIT 9 on the like Rose Bowl scoreboard, which felt like super Revenge of the Nerdsy to me.
Why 38 and 9?
I don't know. I couldn't find I looked at a couple articles. They didn't have like a reason for the score. It might have just been what the score of the game was at the point.
I'm surprised they didn't just write boobs on the scoreboard.
Boobs. Oh, that would have been really good.
That would have
That would have been hilarious.
good.
See, these
Come on,
fucking
Caltech.
dorks, they don't have any comic timing.
No,
Maybe did they just want to change the score?
I don't know. They should have wrote gay on the scoreboard. That would have been really funny.
What year was it?
It was like the mid 80s. It would have been
They would have
perfect.
been fine.
Oh, they would have had a field day.
And Ronald Reagan was like, age doesn't exist.
There's a lot of stories of just like basic harassment. One of the really good ones was like there's a college basketball player that had bad acne, like body acne. So he went to, what was it? I think they went to go play. He played for Duke, and they went to go play NC State, and like all of the students like put just like red dots all throughout their body and just made fun of his acne, and he tore him up. One of the good ones was a
I used to
catfishing
have
one.
acne when I was playing soccer, and when I'd head the ball, it would like pop a zit every time I fucking.
Wait, so he did well? He ended up beating up on them after that?
What's that?
The basketball player did well?
Oh, he destroyed him. Yeah, it was
That's
JJ Redick.
Oh,
So
of
JJ
course.
Redick was like an all-time good basketball player. But yeah,
When I was in high school, there was this one kid at like our rival high school, and he had banged his testicles against the dresser, so he had to have one of them removed. And so the entire stadium was yelling, "One nut folds, one nut folds." And like, imagine that. You're 17 years old. The most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you in
For
your life.
real.
And 300 people, like parents are yelling this. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
In a good way?
No, in a bad way. Like
no,
you
in the
have one
worst way.
testicle. They
I didn't
call
know
them
his
Ace.
last name was Folds.
Yeah, Kevin
In
Folds.
the worst
Oh, it
way.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, because that could have been a positive cheer.
How? Explain the positive part of it.
Sinks the shot, and everyone goes, "Whoa! He did all of that with one ball, one nut, bull."
And then Hillary Duff is in blackface there for some reason. We
And-
don't know why.
And then Lance Armstrong makes an appearance with a yellow wristband, and he puts it around his cock and goes, "You can use this for a cock ring." Did you know that?
I feel like this is a dream you've had.
That's a big cock if it's the size of a wrist.
No. You put the balls in too.
You mean the ball into?
That's what a cock ring is. A cock ring goes around everything.
No, it does it?
Yes.
Does it?
Yes.
I mean, you would know
I'm
more than
gonna
I
take
would.
his-
I'm
yeah.
telling you, you could do both. There's actually like you can get ones for this, and then just the balls, and then the whole thing.
Wow. How many cock rings do you have?
Me, I have none, but
How many cock rings are in your house right now?
probably 10.
Yeah. Okay. Possession is 9/10 of the law, Colton. You have 10 cock rings.
One time I tried, I was too drunk, and I was like, "Do you have a cock ring?" Because neither of our dicks were working, but we really wanted to make it happen. And he was like, "No, I didn't." He was Australian.
Oh, okay. I thought this was
Impressed?
going to be Chip.
No. And because with Chip, I go, "Hey, let's go to bed. We could do it tomorrow."
Right,
You know,
yeah.
but this guy was Australian and he was leaving, and I was like, "We're going to make this work." So I was like, "Can I borrow your shoelace?"
Oh, I don't want to hear the story. I don't want to hear the story. Colton.
I have never heard that reaction from you in the months we've been doing this. That was a straight, you gasped like a mom. That was a mom gasp.
I was like,
Oh no.
well, because I was like, you, but the thing is, I wanted him to top, so I wanted him to put it on, and he was
Right.
like, "I'm not doing that." I was like, "It's fine. We'll just fucking tie it up."
Oh, you're gonna cinch it like a noose.
You're right. And he was like, "No,
No.
no." Didn't know that story had a sad ending, did you?
Oh, wow. It's a very authentic Australian accent at the end, too.
Nar.
So, pranks. Yeah, I guess. We'll get into pranks. We don't have a lot of time.
Also, hey, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, seasoned vets. Here we are. Colton tried to put a shoelace around an Australian man's ball sack. You're
was
up to speed.
too scared.
Too scared. I would love it if he brought out a real cock ring and then you had the shoestring and you're like, oh, that's not a cock string. This is a cock string.
It's not a cock string.
Cock ring.
That's not a cock string.
Let me just get your koalas in there, your wallabies in there.
I can't even think about this anymore.
Well, your ghibli bits, you know?
He put the whole thing in there.
That's right. He shot Vegemite all over my back.
Oh, God.
Pranks. Okay. So, yeah, we're talking pranks. I was able to find a couple of
Vegemite? He spread it on my back?
Yeah, it's spreadable. It's not very, you don't shoot Vegemite.
You do now.
That is something fucking real wrong with you. You're just fucking...
man.
Your gum doesn't look like Vegemite, guys? What, that's a me
Drink
thing?
more
You don't put it in a sandwich.
Disgusting.
It's yeast.
Yeah,
man.
that's the worst part.
So, like we were talking about,
You ever had a yeast infection?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Have you?
You don't think I've had one, or
Can
you don't
men
think you've
have
had
yeast
one?
infections?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like
See, now I don't believe your
No,
first
I do
answer.
think you did. No, I do think
I had
You were-
a friend who had a yeast infection.
Oh, yeah? You had a friend?
Yeah.
Was it a close friend?
His name was Carton Len. Great guy.
That's a real name.
I was
Carton
pretending
Len.
like it was me. No, one of my buddies in Wisconsin had a yeast
Carton Len.
infection.
I didn't even put that.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know. How did you not?
because it just sounded like it's like a cheese carton. This is the first time.
That's what happened. He drank too much beer and ate too much cheese, and
Did
got a
you
yeast
see it?
infection. Did I see his yeast infection?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I took his word for it. Colton. Jesus Christ!
No, that's the thing is, I had a friend with a hernia, and I was like, "Show me," because I want to see like, and then
Is
another time-
it because you wanted to see it, or is it because you didn't believe him?
What? No, I wanted to see it.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "It's just a little thing you can't." I was like, "Fucking show me." He goes, "What if I have one too?" He goes, "You know if you have one." And then another time he had.
So he didn't show you?
No, he didn't show me.
What
so
a
I never,
shitty friend.
Right? I go, really? You're not gonna show me? Like, what's going on?
Show me your
And
hernia.
then what's the other thing that you can get at the gym? That's like
Polyp? Oh, staph.
Staph. He had this same guy had staph, and he wouldn't show me that either. I was like, what if I want to see?
What
And
does
I did.
what does a staph infection even look like?
That's exactly right.
It looks like a spider bite.
Oh, okay, like little red bites. Oh,
No, not red bites. One.
It's like, you know, how if it gets like imagine like a spider bite and it gets like gross looking.
But you can also
yeah.
get staph infection from a spider bite.
Well, I got bit by a brown recluse. So I yeah. Sorry, I wanted to
And if
shoehorn
you
that
did,
in.
and if you did, and you didn't show me, then I would hold it against you and bring it up on a podcast later.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Do you have anything going on right now that you'd like to share? I'll take a look at it. I'm not a doctor, but I can give it a good.
Oh, I thought you were trying to segue back into the episode. No, you meant medical stuff.
You know, Colton
Silly me. I thought you wanted to talk about the thing we were going to talk about.
Whatever.
Colton famously dated a doctor in San Diego.
Yes. I think famously is a generous word for it, but I know about it. I know a lot about it.
When he would send me to the doctor, I would get so mad. I'm like, "What are you even fucking doing?" He's like, "I'm an anesthesiologist, not a proctologist."
Did you ever,
I one time I was like, "Hey, I know I'm only 24, but will you check my prostate?" He goes, "I do it all the time." I was like, "No, you can't check." Like, I was like, "Can you feel a bad like a cancerous prostate with your dick?" He goes, "Maybe."
Great line.
Right?
Great line.
But now
There's only one way to find out.
right. But it was one of those things where I didn't have it, so he couldn't test it. You know, like it wasn't one of those. They don't let you test
God.
it.
Doesn't that just
In
suck
med
when you
school,
don't
they
have cancer and
Right,
you're
right.
like, well, what are we even doing here?
So, because I wanted, because, well, I can feel it, and you do have cancer.
Right.
Also, I just came. So.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to finish now. Yeah.
We'll talk about the cancer thing in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
just a
Buck
skill
up,
they didn't
soldier.
teach
Yeah.
him.
Is that how? What? Like, how would you? Is that how you would want to learn
Huh?
Is that how you would want to learn, though? Like, if there was a way for you to find out you had cancer, and it's either like, okay, you can go to the doctor, and some guy who's not fucking you can tell you have cancer, or some guy can like come inside you and then be like, hey, there's something a little problematic up there. Yeah,
I picked the first one for sure.
I like that I was hearing you out. I was like, okay, yeah. As long as he didn't like, yeah, you have cancer.
Well, let's say it wasn't like a guy railing. Let's say it was like a lovely gal just like sucking your balls, and then she was like, hey, heads up, there was like a third thing down there that you got to get looked at.
That is how oftentimes people find out.
Yeah, it's just through sex.
It's through sex, because typically people aren't checking themselves out. I was talking to Craig Fergo, which we used to talk so much shit. That was an icon statement piece of this podcast. We're not really doing that.
We don't talk to Craig as much. He still watches though. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Craig. He has things that he doesn't. He goes, I'm not looking down there.
Oh God, no.
He goes, why the fuck would I look down there?
Craig Fergola is like a walking leper colony. I'm for sure.
He goes, why would I check it out? Whatever. Like, you gotta check it out. He goes, nah.
I love that in your mind, Craig Fergola is like a plumber in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, that's the what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'll get Ann to look at it. She can tell me. She can get on the WebsMD, you know?
Yeah, I think I asked.
And then we'll eat some Fazole.
I guess I shouldn't be disclosing all his problems. Yeah. You gotta get it checked out, Craig.
Oh, man. Yeah, do you want to talk about? Are we going to talk
No,
about
the
pranks?
pranks?
Yeah, should we do pranks?
Hey,
So I really like the old segue back, all the way back. I really like a lot of the older pranks. I think they're way better. A lot of them are just like people stealing shit and then vandalizing, and it's great. In the 50s, some guys from A&M actually stole a bear cub from the Baylor campus, and they were like driving it back to A&M, and the bear, surprise, surprise, started freaking out, and they had to like pull over and run out of the car because the bear was like going to attack them.
They didn't even get a truck. They were driving in like a Toyota Corolla with a fucking bear in the back.
Apparently it was a car, and there was a bear in the back seat. The bear started freaking out, so they got out. They waited for the bear to like run away, and then they got busted because they had to like bring the car in for like repairs. The bear like ripped up the interior.
And somebody told on them?
Yeah.
You got a fucking new mechanic.
Yeah.
What is it? I gotta tell. I gotta report this. No, you don't.
Slip him $100, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's in A&M too. Like you would think they'd get the car repaired near the college, and it's like, hey, we were trying to fuck over these guys at Baylor.
Oh, that was you guys? I gotta report this.
Yeah, it's Texas A&M. It's College Station in the 1950s.
Fucking
there wasn't a lot else going on.
Losers. This is why we can't do cool shit like this anymore.
Yeah. Right?
Morons like that.
There's another A&M story about concerning Bevo, which Bevo is the big mascot from UT, right? Bevo's the Longhorn that they troll out every game. Mm-hmm. Bevo apparently is a huge deal. He like does a bunch of public appearances. The Bevo's like from like a family line. They try to keep it like in the same like stuff.
They try, but they keep on murdering his other family.
You know? Bevo was actually at the presidential inauguration of George W. in 2001 and 2005.
Fucking.
They brought the cow.
Damn farmers.
I know.
Did they when Bevo finally dies? Do they eat him?
They did, yeah. So the first Bevo was in the mid-1910s, and I don't know if they still do. I think they used to, but I don't know if they still do. But the first Bevo was in the 1910s, and UT loved it right away. They were originally like the Pit Bulls. They had a Pit Bull Terrier as their mascot. Once they got the cow's name was just like Beef or something like that, and then it wound up getting transitioned into Bevo. And the guy that named him, they were like parading this Longhorn down the street after a win, and the guy goes, "We're gonna call him Bevo for as long as he lives." And then the guy that said that and kind of gave him the moniker actually died before he could explain why they were gonna name him Bevo. So we're gonna call him Bevo for as long as he lives, and apparently for as long as I live as well. And again, in A&M, again, Texas A&M, after Bevo had become kind of popular, they wound up pulling a prank like the year after they debuted this Longhorn. So Texas A&M, a handful of students wound up breaking into UT at about 3 a.m, and they branded the Longhorn 13-0, which was the score of the game a few years back.
That is low scoring fucking game.
Yeah, it was 1915. They were all very tired and malnourished.
A lot of white guys on that
They're all
field.
exclusively white. Yeah, this is what happens when it's all the whites. So UT was pissed. They wound up popping a bunch of shit at A&M and calling them a farm school. And again, you were asking what they do with
13-0 is 2 touchdowns and a missed field goal, right?
2 touchdowns and a missed extra point, or it's just a touchdown and 2 field goals. It's a pretty slow roller.
and 2 field goals.
Yeah. But it was, these guys were fucking old, like not old, but they were just.
No, they were young men back then.
They're old.
Old men just were like, well. That's what you guys are like. These people went on to fight World War One.
I know, right?
Like, I know they were white, but we could.
You can throw a grenade, but you can't throw a football, you fucking pussy. How can they not play better?
Yeah,
but they're also
middle
like
school was scoring higher points than that. We're all white.
All white.
Yeah, but you got to think like this 1910. So in between plays, they're all smoking darts, and they're like, they don't believe in hydration.
Taking shots
There's
of
no
whiskey.
fucking water boy.
A guy breaks his leg. They just throw a bunch of fucking leeches on it.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, here we go.
How many fucking points do you want me to score? Actually, you're right. I guess penicillin was invented in 1920, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll let them have it.
So you were asking about whether or not they eat Bevo. In this case, they did, because Bevo was a total dick. So like the first like steer they got, or the first Longhorn they got, was like he couldn't be at the games because he would freak out too much. The parades, he would try to like charge people and shit. Like he was a really violent Longhorn.
Yeah.
So they decided they're like, we're just gonna fatten him up and eat him. So they fatten him up. They have a big barbecue with Bevo, and they invite a delegation from Texas A&M.
I wonder how they shot him.
They
You know? Because they didn't take him to the factory to get the fucking, like...
right.
stick.
Yeah, the
Somebody
fucking...
went up and fucking...
No Country for Old Men. Yeah. So after they killed him, they cut off a part of the hide that had the 13-0 score on it, and they gave it back to Texas A&M, and they gave it to A&M as like a thing, like, let's keep track of the score on this hide, and then we're going to beat the shit out of you a bunch. And that was like basically the culmination of the whole prank.
Do they still have it?
I don't think so.
13-0. Next one, 6-0. 7-6.
It doesn't look like it, but yeah, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, so that was kind of what happened with Bevo.
What's A&M's mascot? A frog?
Well, they're the Aggies.
Which is
Is
a
it?
what?
Well, it's an agricultural school. It's a farm
But
school.
what's an Aggie?
It's
a
short for
farmer?
agricultural. Yeah. So like the kids that
So
go there,
So we're going to go to a game. Who are we going to see?
the Aggies.
Right. What does that look like?
Oh, what is the mascot? I don't know if they have a mascot.
Yeah, we just go over there and burn down their fields and destroy their crop for the season.
Right. Prank.
Yeah, you're all gonna starve to death now.
Oh, they got a dog. They got a real dog.
Dumb.
Yeah.
You know, Dean's an Aggie.
Really? Dean went to college?
He was there.
Okay.
No,
Fair.
Dean didn't go to college.
No, he went to college.
He went to college.
Ah.
But he was like, yeah, just show up in the classes and
He wasn't enrolled. He would just show up and
he
go
was
to
just
classes.
auditing. He
Yeah.
audited. He audited to an undergrad's.
no. No one's saying that. He did go to some classes.
Okay.
Because he did the oil fields, right?
Yeah.
So he had to have 2 weeks to go to classes.
He was telling me a story. He's like, yeah, I would just like meet up with some girl. You know, we'd hang out all night, and then she would have class in the morning. So I'd be like, yeah, I'll go bring you breakfast. So they go, they get breakfast, and then he would drive her to class to drop her off. And he's like, what class is this? And she's like, chemistry? He's like, might as well. He would just walk in
then just
and
hang out.
join the chemistry class
That's awesome.
for that afternoon.
Wow, he's like Van Wilder.
He is like Van Wilder.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a little bit like Van Wilder.
Van Wilder with a mullet.
Oh, man. So we got one other prank. This one was the coolest one I found. It's my favorite one because it's basically attempted manslaughter. This happened all the way back in 1896 between Georgia Tech and Auburn. They were huge rivals at that point. They were both engineering schools, and it's like engineering in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's like pretty relevant time for all of that shit.
For engineering?
Pretty big deal. But basically, when is it not? But basically what happened was there was a huge pep rally before the game. They were playing in Auburn, and the pep rally was supposed to end at the football field that night. It's the night before the game. Instead of ending at the football field, the pep rally ended at the train tracks, and the students wound up greasing the train tracks in preparation for the Georgia Tech team to come into the stadium the next day. So Georgia Tech comes in to Auburn on the train. They go to put the brakes on, and the tracks are greased. The train slides for 5 miles down the track to try to get them to stop. They finally stop halfway to the next town, and the train can't back up. So all the guys have to get off the train and walk 5 miles back to Auburn before they play the football game.
Hilarious.
They lose 45-0 to Auburn.
Because they also have to carry all their shit 5 miles.
Right. And it's fucking Georgia. And it was like an early season game. I think it was like September or October. So like it's probably, it's like it is here.
degrees.
It's like 90 to 100 degrees. And then you have to pick up all your football equipment, which granted it's 1896 football equipment. So it's your shoes and that's it. And
And not only your football equipment, anything that you had that day. Like
legit everything on the train.
Why can't they back up a train?
This is 1896. They couldn't back it up. The guys all had to get off and walk.
And then I was going to ask why couldn't they bring a bus, but they probably... No buses?
Yeah.
I mean, they had buses?
It was probably like too far of a trip to do on a 1896 bus. What's a bus in 1896 look like?
I think a bus.
I don't think so, dude. Buses in the 1800s?
I didn't even know they had that. 1800s is like cowboys.
1896 is the World's Fair. So they were just getting like...
Cars, Model Ts.
No, they were just getting light bulbs. That was
Yeah,
big
dude. There
thing.
were like trolley buses and shit, but I don't think there was like an automobile bus. And if there was an automobile bus, it couldn't drive faster than maybe... You would get there so much faster on a train than you would on a bus.
So were they going to walk from the train station?
To Auburn, they were already there. The train was going to
was
drop
at
them off.
Auburn.
The train was going to drop them off where the game was.
That's very funny.
Yeah. Also, roads. I didn't even think about that. There was probably no infrastructure that could get a bus, like a vehicle,
Yeah.
from A to B in
It's just-
Georgia,
it's just that
1896.
thing that's like this.
This is why they needed engineers now more than ever. They don't have any of these facilities to get a bus there.
Well, good riddance. Mm-hmm. That's so funny. What did they grease it with?
Probably grease. Probably like
If
actual
you-
like
if you asked
lard
me
and
to- lard?
and grease and shit. I mean, it's
Bacon?
It's late 1800s Georgia.
It's probably, so they probably had like a really
Probably
good
like legit animal fat and shit.
fucking meal, like a nice bacon, and they were like, "This is gonna be so funny."
Yeah. It is like, I don't know, man. How can you do that and just be like, wait, somebody could get hurt? Nah, it'll be fine. And then you just fucking go through with it.
I think they go good.
Good. Maybe they'll die and then we'll win
they'll
no matter
die,
what.
Right.
I bet you Bob Knight wouldn't have thought twice about doing that fucking
Oh,
prank.
God. Could you imagine how pissed Bob Knight would have been on the train, though, as it was still sliding for 5 miles past its supposed
Punching
destination?
one kid.
Angrier and angrier at the fucking train. Oh, man. So funny. But yeah, so Georgia Tech was super pissed. They lost 45-0. They actually refused to play Auburn again until Auburn signed like an agreement that there would be no more pranks going forward. And so from then on, Auburn had this tradition of they would walk to the train station in their pajamas the night before every game they played Georgia Tech. And then like not grease the wheels, but also be like, hey, that was pretty funny when we almost killed 55, 19-year-olds, wasn't it? You know,
I mean, if you're funny about it, then sure, yeah, it is really funny.
it's true if you can pull it off. You know, that's what I always say. There's no such thing as like.
Too far.
Right, exactly. It's just you have to write a good joke about it.
Right.
If the prank's good, you can't make it go too far.
My family's prank rule was if 2 people laughed, then it's okay.
Really?
In a family of 6.
What were some of the good family pranks you guys had?
Just me punching my sister.
And at least 2 people laughed every time?
And because if I punched her for, and it wasn't funny, then I was a dick and everybody shamed me and I had to like leave the area.
Do you remember the funniest time you ever?
But if she was like drinking something, and I came up and I punched her and she like spilled everywhere, and then it was funny.
Did you do that a lot?
Sometimes. I mean, I would say it more than 5 times.
I don't know if that's necessarily a prank.
That's not a prank.
That's just assault. Yeah, you just assaulted her.
The prank was
Bob Knight's like, yo, I'm a prankster. I'm pranking all these guys.
I headbutted that kid as a joke.
I guess what is the definition of a prank?
Like a gag.
Huh?
A gag. Like one time
I think it's an organized joke at the expense of another person.
Bingo.
It's not organized though.
I organized. I didn't convince her to drink the thing, but she was drinking. I timed it perfectly. She fucking spit it all everywhere. So she got hit and she had to clean it up.
I feel like you know why this isn't a prank and you're just trying to get by on technicalities right now.
Technical. That's my 3rd technical.
One time I filled a bowl with milk and I took it and I placed it against the roof, like the ceiling of the kitchen. And then I took a broom and I held the bottom of the bowl and I like got off a ladder and I was holding the broom like this and I called my brother in. I was like, do me a favor, just hold this for me real quick. And he's like, okay. And he held it and I just walked away.
Right.
How many times were you able to do that to him?
I would prank him a lot, but with different types of pranks all the time.
Got it. Perfect.
One time, okay. I think I understand now. One time my mom was in the basement and she wanted me to bring all of the Christmas boxes down to the basement. Mm-hmm. And so I just made a huge wall of the Christmas boxes to lock her downstairs.
You're such a bad person.
She was trapped down there for hours. She always wanted alone time, so it was perfect for her.
There was
I don't know if that's a prank either. Is that a prank?
No, it's not a prank.
Why are you saying?
Really like terrifying behavior.
That's like Colton's like, yeah, I was walking behind Chip up the stairs, so I just kicked his foot out from under him and he fell down.
Okay.
Just tried to hurt him more than I ever could.
I think I get it now.
We had there was a kid who spray painted "School is for Losers" on a rival high school of ours, but they misspelled losers. They spelled it Loosers.
Mm-hmm.
Was that on purpose?
No.
Is that a
very
prank?
much not. I feel like that's a prank. Vandalism? Is vandalism a prank?
Yeah, I mean, it can be.
I think vandalism is a prank.
Okay. I don't know if it's a funny prank.
It's not.
Okay. Because, that's the thing is, like, none of mine had bruises or marks or anything like that. It was all very funny stuff.
Oh, when you punched your sister?
Yeah, it was all very funny stuff.
Well, I got you. Slapstick.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey, if I kick someone in the dick, is that a prank?
No.
It's slapstick.
One time,
it is very funny.
My uncle, they had a big
See?
Dog cage in the back of their house, and it was like big dogs, right? So my uncle took my other uncle, his younger brother, hung him by his underwear on a hook, and filled his pockets with chicken. And then let the dogs loose on him. And they just fucking attacked him. And he was like, pranked him. It's like, that's not a prank.
That's trauma, dude. Yeah. That's fucking trauma.
Yeah, he's all fucked up now.
Oh, wild.
One time
It's all fucked up now.
I think I got it.
We don't really talk about it. It's
we were in the Cayman Islands, and we were going to go feed the stingray. But before, I got the squid, and I just rubbed it all over my sister's legs. And so they attacked her. Prank?
That's a prank. I'll give you that one. That's a prank.
That's a prank. Oh man. Okay.
All
so
right. See, I know I'm pranking.
when I turned 16, I was like eating dinner with my dad a couple days before my birthday, and he goes, "Hey, so I got to talk to you. I got to talk to your mom too, but I got to talk to you." And I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, I bought you a car for your birthday. I got you a car. And I was like, whoa, like, right? It's fucking crazy. I'm so excited. He goes, I got to talk to your mom, make sure it's okay, but we're going to figure this out. Because I want you to drive. So I got you a car. And I'm like, okay, awesome. So I'm so excited. So my birthday rolls around and we're hanging out. We're getting breakfast. It's me, my mom, my stepdad, and my dad. And we're all getting breakfast together at this bakery. And my dad's like, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to do the car. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, all right, I'll be right back. And so he comes out and he has a cake shaped like a car, right? Comes out and sets the cake down. And I like blow the candles out and we say happy birthday. We eat a little bit of cake and I go, well, okay, can I see the car now? And he goes, oh, you just ate it.
Oh.
And I go, what? He goes, yeah. And I was like, okay, but is there like really a car? He's like, nah, I was just goofing.
So that's not a prank.
Goofing. And there was no car. It was just the cake.
Did two people laugh?
That's totally a prank.
That's not a prank.
Is
that a prank?
The people that worked at the bakery laughed.
Yeah, that's not a prank.
Is that mean? Is that like
I
a
think
really
that
mean thing that happened in my
it's really
childhood?
mean, yeah.
That I think was kind of funny.
It's not funny.
It's not fun. It's mean.
Oh my God,
it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, you really got me.
No, not funny.
That's like a terrible thing to do to a child.
Yeah, especially a 16-year-old.
Oh shit! I thought it was fine.
No.
Oh man.
My dad didn't promise me a car. He said specifically, you're not getting a car, but I got you something just as good as a car. And then he got me a sewing machine. And then he goes,
well, joke's on your dad, huh? He really paid for that sewing machine.
Yep.
Oh man. So funny. Well, that's all I got. Those are the pranks. Those are the pranks this week. We're keeping it short and sweet. But that was fun. That was kind of fun sharing some stuff. I can't believe that was mean. Wow.
Would you do that to your son?
I was planning on it. After he did, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get this guy.
Well, how did you react?
Yeah.
He did some good ones too, though. Like he did good. Like one time, he told me he was like, we were gonna go do this like. It was gonna be like a sleigh ride with some of his friends. Like his friends had paid for this like. Because, you know, it's Wisconsin in the winter. So his friends have paid for this, like, horseback sleigh ride thing, right? And it was supposed to be really cool. And then we get all the way down to Green Bay, and he bought me tickets to go to a Packers game. And we went to a Packers game, just me and him, instead of, like, hanging out with all his friends. So he did, like, good ones, too.
The one that you just told me.
That is a loving prank.
Yeah, that's like a fun prank.
I love you.
He banked them up. He did a bunch of really sweet ones, and then he did the fucking car.
But, like, the first one that you said, it kind of reminds me of, like, hey, Martin, we're all going on a family vacation. Go pack your bags. And then you pack up, and it's like, prank, your mom and I are getting a divorce. And
Yeah.
you're moving.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, no, they got divorced after I came back from Guatemala. So technically, my parents got divorced after vacation.
Wait,
like,
your
not a
dad was in
prank.
Guatemala?
He visited a couple times, but it was mostly me and my mom.
Yeah.
That's
remember
where she.
That's where she got the distance.
She caught the wild hair. If you will.
Go in the distance.
That's right. Yeah. No. Rural Wisconsin doesn't seem nearly as charming after you live in a jungle for half a year.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait, and how old were you when you moved back?
I was like 6. It was through the age of 6.
Okay. See, I think that you guys are yours is definitely a prank, but I feel like that's standard issued like fucking brothers pranking brothers type things, which is very funny. Basically, like, can I trap you in a situation that sucks? We played a game that was, can we get my dad or whomever to say something? So we'll go on a vacation and we'll be like, all right, the phrase that we're trying to get this fucker to say is, and I mean, one of them is, well, I'm not going to say that one, but I'll say my sister is dating an African. So he's from Africa, but he's a...
There's something about the way you said that
Yeah,
that just
I didn't like it.
sounded bad.
No.
What country is he from?
He is a white dude. So
what country is he
and he's
from?
actually married to him. Right. We're allowed to be mean to this guy. His ancestors did probably, we're guessing, some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So we wanted him to say the phrase, that's not Africa. Stop talking about Africa like that. That's the phrase that we were trying to get him to say. So we would just say stupid things about Africa to try to get him to be like, that's not Africa. So that's like more of a game.
It's
but
way more of a game.
My dad's phrase was one year was, God damn it, who put that there? Why would you put that there? And we couldn't get it. It was fucking full week. And so I got a huge glass of orange juice and I put it on the bottom of the stairs and I called my dog, my sister's dog, as my dad was coming down the stairs and the dog ran past him and he saw the orange juice and he picked up the dog and he ran down and he was just standing in the downstairs and he goes, "God damn it, who put that there? Why would you put that there?" And then the whole house stopped and everybody came out and pointed and laughed at him and was like, we got you. And he's just standing there like an asshole. And that's...
I love that he picked up the dog and not the orange juice.
There was no time. The dog was next to him and headed right at the orange juice. So that's a prank.
Man. That's a good one, though. That's a good one. I like
We used
that one a
to
lot.
like play. Well, I'll tell my younger siblings, "Hey, we're gonna play hide and seek. Okay, I'll seek first," and then I would just watch TV.
Yeah.
They would all fucking hide in the woods and shit. It'd be like 45 minutes. Like, I'm so good at this game.
I'm so good at this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
yeah,
good.
you are.
Damn.
I would have to every couple minutes. I'd be like, "Oh, you're not there."
Sure. Yeah. Call out real quick.
Did they learn?
No.
Damn.
We played hide and seek a lot, and like we had a babysitter who, such a sweet woman, not a very smart woman, and she loved winning. And so one time I was like, "Yo, I got a great hiding spot. Let's put Michael in the fridge." So we put and she was like, "That's a brilliant idea. No one will look in the fridge." So we took out all the stuff out of the fridge, put my Michael in, my brother Michael,
My poor Michael.
shut the fridge door, and left him in there for a while. And then he's like, "Okay, I'm cold." And we let him out. And we thought it was the greatest idea. Like, my mom came home a couple hours later like, "You should have listened to the brilliance we had earlier today. We had Michael in the fridge for like 10 minutes." She goes, "What? You had Michael in the fridge?"
Yeah.
That was always a big fear as a kid. Like, don't get stuck in the fridge. You could die in there.
That
Yeah.
was never, I never had that.
Carol
fear.
thought it was a great idea. Carol was like, "Yo, no one's going to look in the
The
fridge."
amount of times, like, some kid on TV was in the freezer, like, I was always
Like in
"Hello."
sitcoms. I thought you meant
Yeah.
like on the news. I was like,
No.
Jesus.
No, I'm trying to think of just mostly Shia LaBeouf is who I'm thinking of. Right
Yeah,
now.
even
Malcolm
Stevens
in the
type
middle
stuff.
kind of
Malcolm.
stuff.
Malcolm in
Probably.
the middle. There you go.
Probably
There you go,
some Hey Arnold, maybe. I'm not sure.
yeah. Hey Arnold.
This has been probably our least sports centered.
Yeah, this was just kind of a mess around. A little bit of a little goof around app.
Well, how do you guys feel about it?
I feel pretty good.
No,
I feel like
the listener.
Wait, if we listen, we can hear them. Nope.
Don't say that about Martin. He's trying his best. He came from a broken family.
I
you
did.
fuckers.
Yeah, right.
Can you imagine divorced parents and divorcing somebody and then being a big enough person to go to fucking dinner with that person's new fucking lover?
Yeah.
That is a brave dad right
Yeah.
there.
What did your 16th birthday cake look like? Okay. Did it look like a car? Because that's what mine looked like.
What kind of car was it?
It wasn't like a branded. It was just
was
a
like
very conventional, like 4-door sedan.
Was it good?
The cake?
Yeah.
Oh God,
It
incredible!
was like a
cake.
white sheet cake.
Super good cake. I can't remember. It was 20 years ago.
The funny thing also is, like, you would imagine he's trying to get you on
36.
his side,
It will be.
right? Like, you know, the dad coming in, your mom has the new boyfriend. It's like, I'm going to get Martin on my side, like me better than the boyfriend. But he's like, "Nah, dude, I'm going to embarrass this motherfucker. I'm going to get his hopes up high, and I'm going to fucking crush him."
The best thing is,
Stupid fucking friend.
Okay.
How's home life, bitch?
so all that shit happened the next summer. My stepdad bought me a car.
Oh.
Thanks, Sam. Love you so much.
That's great.
Great guy.
I think it's a good spot to end it on.
Yeah.
I was really hoping one of my mom's new boyfriends was gonna try to buy my love.
No.
I did ecstasy with Carl at
I had an ACL.
ACL. 2 weeks later, he had a heart attack, and my mom was like, "I think it's because I told him I didn't want to get married." I was like, "No, that's because that fucking
No, it's 'cause
old ass man just did ecstasy."
We punched holes in his heart with
Yeah.
with illegal drugs. Cool. Well, that's the episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check us out on all our socials.
And Craig Fergola, go get that thing fixed.
Yeah, go look at it. I think that was this episode or last episode.
That was this one.
That was this one. Yeah. Oh well, then Craig Fergola, go get that looked at.
Thanks, guys.
I'll drive you to the doctor, Craig.
You don't want to do that. That motherfucker will be like, "You're not gonna drive me home too?" You're like, Jesus Christ! You pick him up once. That fucker wants you to drive around all goddamn day.
If you agree to do one favor for Craig Fergola, rest assured you're gonna have to do 3.5 favors for him to get to the favor he asked.
And then he goes, "Well, fine, just drive me to the bus stop."
Yeah.
And I go, "Where is that?" He goes, "It's across town." It's
gonna
just across town.
He's gonna take him to the doctor. He's gonna go, yeah. So it turns out I need angioplasty, and I'm gonna have to be here for 3 days. Can you stay all 3 days?
And also, where's angioplasty?
It's heart
Oh,
stuff.
he has butt stuff.
He has butt stuff. Well, his butt's in his heart.
All right, thanks, guys.
Cool. Take care.
No tango racism.